She got me.
No, she got me.
There you go. There you go. You got
All right. Live from... I'll get the emergency start here. Live from atop the glorious penthouse of the Merle Hay Towers.
This is the penthouse.
It is.
What number it is.
High above...
Don't say what number it
No,
is.
no.
But we are in the
Nope,
penthouse.
nope. So high above Urbandale, the home of the geographic center of the other state of hockey. Welcome back again for another week. And they said it wouldn't last, but it has. I think this is week 8 now.
It feels like 20, but yeah.
Wow, I feel good. Thanks. Yeah. Well, you're starting actually probably week 8, or week 4, but you know.
You know, it's it's probably me being on time.
Yes.
It's probably only about 4 or 5 weeks. Yes.
Yes, but you know, as always, we trudge through and get it done, right? All right. So Frankie Mink has blessed us with his presence. Derek Hender on this side.
Hey.
And
Maddie.
Maddie's birthday today.
What are you?
Our producer behind the glass, who's in
21?
her 75th trimester now.
Yes, she is about there. Are you dilated yet, chick? Can we fit a hockey puck there? No? That's probably about a 10. 10's probably a hockey puck because they know that, dilation, right?
Yeah.
10's about a hockey puck size. Okay. I mean, how much time though? Not that much time. You got
6 weeks. Wow, we're gonna have to do the show live from the maternity ward at
How old are
Mercy
you, though?
Hospital.
For real? How old? Are you really? Oh, I was just messing around. Oh.
All right. Okay. Back to hockey.
No, I wasn't messing around.
Nice little puck reference, though. I've never heard that one before.
It's a puck dilation.
Yeah, exactly. So, that just doesn't mean live long, right?
Yeah, no.
It's a different kind of dilate. Joining us in the studio as well, we have Mr. Ryan Bennett. He is the general manager of the Chicago Steel of the United States Hockey League.
So, and you're going to be able to do that from here.
Yeah,
You meant to.
Scooch in there, buddy.
I'll be back and forth between Chicago and Des Moines throughout the year. So,
And as we know, Ryan also wears a couple other hats, more hats than he has hair, despite that fine rug he's got on top there. He is also one of the managers of the Iowa AAA Wild
That's right.
franchise, I'll call it, because it's more than just a team now.
Well, that could. I mean, could you feed? You could start feeding in, right?
yeah, that's kind of the new way that's going on here. A lot of the USHL teams are starting to create their own programs in different parts of the country, and for development issues and just getting kids, recruiting,
Right.
So
And even knowing the kids now long term more than just getting them, because I mean, as we're just finding out, I mean, having a kid that is coachable I'd rather have him than any talent you can give me. So I see if you have a kid long term in your system, from the get go.
well, you know exactly what they bring to the table. So if you're looking for a certain guy, if it's the first or fourth line guy, you know exactly what he can do.
Right.
Where if you just go recruit a kid and you see him 3 times, yeah, he looks good on the outside, but once you get him,
Yeah.
it's a whole other story.
Right.
So it's it's
Vibe
working
your
well.
locker room.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
Well, I mean, character wins.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, and those are things that you can't really see on the ice. And, so when you get to know these kids when they're 12, 13, 14, 15, and get to know their parents and their backgrounds and stuff like that, it's a lot easier to pick the right kids.
Is the dad waiting outside your door for ice time for his kid every day?
Yeah, that's what you try to stay away from.
I think character goes a long way, though. If a kid's showing good character, I think as a coach, especially someone who follows them long term, you're willing to go the extra mile. You're willing to go to make sure he gets, in tournaments. You're willing to get the ice time for him.
Right.
Give it.
And those are the kids that you want to push forward too. Those are the kids that they earned it. They put the time and effort, and they're very coachable. You don't have headaches with them.
Yep.
And that's easily something that you're sellable to the next level.
Right.
Hey, this kid's not going to cause trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a sneak peek of the second period because we're going to get into Ryan's head in the second. First period, we'll start off doing like we always do, talking about what's happening in the great world of professional hockey. Just dipping down to East Coast League, Allen Americans are up 3-2 over South Carolina. So our boy Chad Costello is still rocking it down there.
What's his
He's
stats for
got
this?
7 goals, 17 assists.
What about just in this series, though? Anything in the series?
Didn't actually get down to this series, but
Dude.
yeah, you pay for what you get, Frank. What can I say? So
You
he's
get a gas card?
still over a point 1.04 points per game.
Wow.
You'd love to have a couple of those guys in your lineup.
Yeah.
Yep. So the game is tonight, I believe, as well. Or did they play last? No, they played last night, so they will be headed back to South Carolina next. Place where Benny played, actually.
Yep. I did
back
play
in the coast.
beautiful Charleston, South Carolina.
Did
And I
you?
played with Costello and Corpus. So, yeah, beautiful area out there.
How's the rink there?
It's nice. It was nice when I was there. I mean, it's a big building.
Was that 30 years ago? 40 years?
Wow. Ouch.
Wow. Yeah, we are.
No, pretty nice there. I mean, I think they struggled the past couple of years. Obviously, probably winning this year is probably, I don't know what they're doing attendance-wise there, but it's a really nice area to live.
What's it sit? How many?
I think it seats probably 14 or 15,000.
Oh, okay. So it's
You know.
a venue for other things too.
Oh, yeah.
Like a barn.
Yeah, they have
Okay.
everything
Okay.
there.
Nice.
So it's I know. Actually, the Stingrays have been around for quite a while. They've been
Great organization.
Yeah, I remember them back from when we lived in New Orleans. They always came to town, but it seemed like a long
And who,
bit
now
long
who
bus
they
trip.
are
but-
they tied with? Are they tied with?
They are, I believe, tied with Washington still.
Okay.
It's either Washington or Boston. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. And because Washington's, and we're getting off the game, but Washington's AHL affiliate is who's
It's
that?
Hershey.
Hershey.
Is it Hershey's? Okay. All right.
They change around so frequently, but
So good. That's good.
yep. And actually, as
Don't
technology,
follow me down the rabbit hole.
it gets darker and scarier the further in you get. So actually, just getting a pop up here on my iPad talking about the AHL playoff game tonight. So Utica is our boy Paulie Gerard
Right.
is down 2-0 right now to Manchester.
I thought, yeah, they are down. That's right. I was
Yep.
thinking because they won the last series.
They
Series
lost a
over, so-
heartbreaker in overtime, and I believe it was 3-1 or something in the second game. So it's been still a fairly tight series. Love to see Paulie come home with the ring.
Yeah.
Because we know he calls Des Moines home.
And Gordon, well, he doesn't call it, but he just got fired, right?
No, he's still in Toronto.
He is Toronto?
He was the only guy kept.
He was the only, okay. Wow, that's good then, because I was
Yep.
just with him, and I felt bad that I was just with him not too long ago, and then I got fired. So, oh, good. So he's not fired.
Toronto cleaned house. Toronto really cleaned house, top and bottom. So,
Wow.
well, it's hard to tell with Toronto what's top and what's bottom. so. All right, leads into Cup Finals. Game 3 tonight in about 50 minutes, about an hour or so from now, I believe. Puck drop. So we have
No,
Tampa.
Game 4. This will be game 4.
Game 4, yes.
It's 2-1.
Sorry. The next game.
Yes. The next. there you go.
The most important game you have is the next one you have to
yes,
play.
that's right.
Yes. So Tampa is up 2-1. That would make 3 already.
Yes.
So there we go. We're all right. Now we've got math lesson out of the way. Big thing in this. A couple things I've taken out of this, of course. Taves and Kane. 1 point between two of them right now through 3 games.
But look, this has been every playoff series.
Yeah.
Every time almost every one they're down in the beginning, and it seems the same thing. And jump in if you want on this, but it seems like every time you think, oh, all right, they finally got the little guys beaten down, like they're just tired, they're done. And I mean, I thought the Ducks series they did the same thing. Someone's finally beat them down enough that they're going to hold them enough so they can score a couple goals, keep them guys off, but they always come back.
Well, when your back's against the wall, you show up.
Yeah.
And
And
that's-
Quenville's no
that's the
dummy
thing.
either.
What's that?
Quenville's no dummy either. He'll pull a rabbit out of his hat, too.
Yeah, I mean, those guys at the elite level. I mean, when it comes time to perform, and they have to do it, they do it.
Yeah. Yep.
And right now, I mean, it's they're down by 1. Tonight's a big game. Like they have to perform tonight.
Yeah.
If they lose tonight, it's going to be really tough for them
At home.
to come back. Yeah.
Yep. And actually, note that Tampa's won 4 straight road games. So much for home ice advantage in this, because I know Bishop has looked like absolute hamburger meat at home.
He's out now.
No, the word I heard today is that he looks to still start tonight.
Really?
That was as of 3 o'clock this afternoon. Cooper said in his pregame conference that he's his boy.
And obviously, we just get it's a lower body, upper body.
Yes, a general body injury.
It's on his
his physique
body
somewhere.
somewhere,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. It's not a psychological
I mean,
injury or something.
as you can tell, it looked like whenever he was going to the left, it's
He looked when he went down, he just couldn't move. He looked absolutely excruciating trying to move.
by the third period though. I was thinking, is this dude faking this? Like,
is it like the
rope-a-dope?
Kurt Schilling?
Is the rope? The old rope?
Yeah.
Like,
Is it like the Kurt Schilling when he pitched with the bloody sock and things like that? Is it psychological? Is he trying to? I don't know.
he's gonna make a 30 and 30. He's gonna make a 30 and 30 about him. Like he played, so he was so injured and his whatever.
The thing I take about Bishop obviously is the guy who got him there. It's probably disappointing he did not get a Vezina nod out of the whole thing. He's probably the main reason they're at this level right now. But push comes to shove, this kid they have him behind him, Vasilevsky, he's no slouch. He's only 20 years old, the youngest goaltender to be in the Stanley Cup final since Patrick Waugh in '86, age 20. But he's a Russian kid, so this is his third year as being a professional hockey player. Played 2 years in the K.
What Montreal do in that '86?
Hardware.
They got it.
Yes.
Did they get it?
Yes.
Okay.
But Patty was carrying the load for that. But like I said, this guy is, I looked up his numbers. He has never had a losing season in organized hockey.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
Yeah.
Now-
For a young kid.
For a young kid.
Yeah. Was he their backup all season long?
Yes.
Was he? He was up there the whole time?
So, like I said, he came in cold. I think the thing that really defined it for me when they were getting blown out in the second last round, I think it was, and he came in, and within the first 30 seconds, he had to go post to post, full split toe save, and he made it look like he started the game. And it was late in the third period, just getting hammered, and he still battled.
Yeah.
know?
I do remember the one against New York.
That might have been the one, yeah.
Yeah. And then to see him come in that game the other day, I mean, he just, like, he looked okay. He looked confident. I mean,
Yeah.
he
Composed and confident.
Yeah.
And,
That's all you want, right?
I mean, he won game 3.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It was
pretty
only
impressive.
2-1, right? Wasn't it 2-1? Or
Yeah.
it
He was
2-1
on the
that
ice
point.
when he came in when the game was tied.
Did he?
Yeah. So technically, he was game winner.
That's a
Wow. That's
tough proposition for a young boy that come in at
Imagine
that
That's a
level
lot of pressure.
with that pressure and didn't phase him.
Yeah.
No, there'll be a lot of yellow ice underneath me.
Yeah.
Call me in at that
Well,
time.
and as myself and Benny have discussed before, goalie's job is pretty easy. Just stop the puck, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about anything
stop
else. Just stop the puck. Nothing else matters. I think it's. I was going back to Kane and Taves again. Is it Tampa shutting them down with good forecheck? Or is it, like you said, it's just a matter of they've got the right thing happening right now, but
right.
Quenneville tweaks something, messes the line around, mixes up a line change. He's at home, so he gets last change. Is he reading what's happening too? So
They are not trying anything different than every other team has tried.
Yep.
Even just in this playoff. I mean, really, they're beating the crap out
Yep.
of the guys in front. They're trying to they're keeping Kane to the outside, making shots, and they're beating the crap out of Taves in front.
Yep.
And that's what every team has tried so far.
Yep. And as we've said in the long history of this show now, how many times have we written off Chicago?
The last 2 series.
So either we're going to get proven wrong.
And so of all of our guests, though.
Yes.
Every coach and,
Yes.
and even everyone has written them off. Bobby written them off too.
Yep. Torch wrote him off.
Yep.
Yep. So, what can you say? So
Not that dumb.
No. Coming back to Bishop Hurt, and Benny, you can kick in on this a little bit as well. Everyone, I've always heard people say, everyone at this time of year is hurt. Everyone's logging big minutes. You look at guys like Duncan Keith and these guys pulling 27, 28 minutes a game. Everyone has something hurting right now. Groin pull, broken hand, broken foot, broken ribs, whatever. And these guys are not, in the NHL, they're not getting paid for the playoffs. Their contracts are for the year. They're not for, if you make second, third, fourth round or whatever. So, these guys are doing this for the cup. So as far as anything you can chime in as far as guys playing hurt, I'm sure you've done it yourself.
Yeah, this time of year, it's almost impossible that you're not hurt in some way. If it's mentally, just fatigued, going nonstop. And the biggest thing is the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Until you're in it and you're in a playoff series and you're battling every day, blocking shots, and you have a big ice pack on your knee and your ankles and your shoulders, and
You're walking out like an old man.
You're on a the NHL. You're on a plane going back. It's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's a war zone, and it takes a toll on you, and that's why a lot of these guys. You'll never know, because once you're playing, adrenaline gets going, you don't feel it.
Yeah.
But as soon as that downtime hits, you don't move.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting on a sofa, you're watching TV, you're on a plane. You're sleeping nonstop just so your body can recover.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say probably 90% of the guys are hurting some way or another.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
Maybe not seriously, but they're seriously hurting, but there's something wrong with them.
It's a busy day in the orthopedic office the day after they get the last game.
This is where trainers make their money right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's nonstop fluids and diet and all that kind of stuff. This is the most important time because you're playing every other day.
And you're burning.
You think these guys like Keith, they're every other shift they're out there for 28 minutes, 30 minutes a game. These guys are losing weight still. They're burning muscle right now at this point.
I know guys that lose 7 to 8 pounds in a playoff game.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of it's water weight and stuff like that. but,
Yep.
I mean,
That's
that's a lot for
definitely
your body to
calorie
go.
going,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
that's your body going up and down.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
in a short period of time.
I remember, and we'll go to a break after this. Is in Dallas, we had Dallas had just made it into the playoffs. I think we're still in the first round at the time, and we were sending our aces up and all that stuff. And these people from the community wanted some of the players, and we're like, it's playoff time. Like we don't do, and they didn't get it right. And we're like you don't understand. Like we don't ask these players to do nothing except for play the game now, and they didn't come to understand. That was the year Toby Peterson had a really good year and stepped up and earned a good, nice paycheck for the next year. So, all right, well, before that, let's pay our paychecks and let's go to break. And again, hey, Maddie, happy birthday, girl. Look at that. Look at that pregnant mommy over there smiling on her birthday. Get out of here. Go on. Get us a commercial, girl.
Max Real Estate Concept Studios. This is Webcast One Live.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can give these grandkids back, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We can help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hey, psst. Let me let you in on a little secret. You ready? Always try to do business with people, not places. Especially if you seek honest Christian business people. And when it comes to my car, I really need to trust who's working on it. Now, my family is so blessed. A few years ago, we found a family-owned automobile repair shop that operates as a Christian business also. Open, honest, reliable, trustworthy. It's AMCO on Hickman Road in front of Kmart. And it's a family-owned Christian operating business. This family treats your car as if it was their car. Everything from oil changes to transmission repair and everything in between. So the next time you feel the need to be at peace with your choice of who you can trust with your car, give AMCO on Hickman a chance to serve you. And tell them Max sent you.
And we are back with the second period of the other state of hockey. As we mentioned from the start, our guest, Mr. Ryan Bennett, is here. I can't believe I said Mr. in front of that, but anyways, it is what it is. That's just for Shannon in case she's listening. So, anyways, as we said earlier, Ryan is, or Benny as we'll call him, is now the general manager of the Chicago Steel. Give us a little insight what that's going. How's that's going?
Things are going well. I mean, taking over something right before the draft was a little bit hectic.
Yeah.
But we had a great draft. The previous, coaching staff and assistant general manager, scouting director, was there on hand to help us out, and it went pretty well. I mean, I think we have a pretty deep class this year. We had they did a good job trading some guys at the deadline last year to build for this year. So we have I think 14 or 15 returners. So I mean, we're walking into a pretty decent situation. We'll see. Our camp's next week in Chicago, and all of our guys will be there. And well, it will be announced here shortly that we'll be going overseas beginning of the year to play in a big World Junior tournament over there.
Well, since it's not been announced, we can call it an exclusive here for the show.
Exclusive. Maddie, write that up. Put it on YouTube.
So yeah, things are going pretty well over there.
Cool.
You know,
How
excited.
did you
to
guys
get the
finish
season.
last year?
Good question. I believe they were in 5th place, and I think like 9 or 10 points out of the last playoff spot. You know,
Still lots of work to go. And
Oh yeah, I mean we just we drafted Daniel Vladar with our first pick. He'll be he's ranked the 2nd goalie to get drafted in the NHL draft this year. He'll be high, so he'll be with us next year, hopefully for the next 2 or 3 years, depending on what NHL team picks him up.
What's his age? How old is he?
He's a 97, so he's 18
There you go. Yep.
or 17, turning 18, depends when his birthday is.
yep,
You know, so we're pretty excited that we should have 4 or 5 NHL draft picks in our lineup this year.
nice.
You know, we have good old Marcel Godbout is in Chicago, former Des Moines Buccaneer.
Yeah,
You know, so I mean, yeah, we're looking to have a pretty decent year this year.
good deal. Good deal.
With a lot of returning players, it's definitely a good sign around there. So
It helps quite a bit. I mean, the USHL is a veteran league. You know, it takes a lot of these young midget kids that are highly skilled and elite players. You know, now they're playing a man's game.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to be able to dominate, and you know, some of these guys mentally, you know, it takes them 2 or 3 months.
yeah, the
You
training
know,
camps are fun too.
Oh yeah, I
That's
mean, their
where-
eyes are wide open. Sometimes it's their
Yeah.
first one. You know, when the 20-year-old 6'3", 225-pound guy comes after you.
Yeah, when you realize the
that's-
best guys you played against before are the average guy now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, everyone can play, so it's having that veteran leadership, and we're actually bringing in about 8 or 9 other veteran guys that played in the league or in other junior leagues. You know, to vie, you know, for some other spots. So, you know, we feel like this year we could have a chance to go for it.
Nice.
Nice,
You know.
nice. So, so you said you're going overseas. So is that going to be a recruiting trip or?
No, so every year, so I think last year Dubuque went, and then I think Sioux City went the year before that. Waterloo went the year before that. It's I don't know the exact name of it, but all the top, it's in Russia. There's like 3 Russian teams, and like I think the top Finnish, Swedish team that won last year, they all come and play in a big
Was a circuit type
tournament.
thing?
The OHL's in it too.
Okay.
There's a team from
So it's just
Major
one
junior?
team from each team, like
From each league.
So, okay, so not like the all stars of the USHL. It's
right.
one
It's
team.
one team.
Okay.
Nice.
You know, so you know.
That's extra
last-
playing time that a lot of teams aren't getting the benefit of right now, too.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's during the preseason time. You know, it's late August. You know, we'll come back. We'll give our kids 10 or 12 days off while other teams are in preseason. We'll let them go back home for a little bit.
Okay.
You know, it's a long trip. You're there for like I think 14 or 15 days.
Wow.
You know, but it's a great experience. I mean, some kids will never go to
Right.
Russia ever again. You know, they're going to play against some of the top European kids. You know, and you know, so it's exciting. You know, the kids are excited, and
Imagine being a parent. Like I sent my kid off. You know, he's going off, and and now you're going to take him to Russia too. You know,
Yeah.
like wow.
Sure.
You know, yeah, sure.
you know, the problem is the last 4 teams have medaled over there, so we have to make sure we medal.
Really.
There you go.
You know, it's
So, just for the average pedestrian fan who's probably not as in tune with the various levels of hockey that are organized hockey, and so the USHL is as far as the top level of junior available in this country right now.
yes, yeah. I mean, you have the USHL, which I mean, this year I think there's gonna be like maybe 6 or 7 up to 10 kids that play in the USHL draft in the first round, at least the top 40 picks.
Wow.
You know, so I mean, the league's
It's growing, right?
it's
We got-
growing tremendously. You know, and the talent coming over from overseas and even Canada. I
Yeah.
mean, we drafted 2 kids that were first round picks in the Q draft this past week that are very interested in going the college route. You know, we got some kids out of Ontario that are going to play for us this year that were high draft picks that are going the college route.
So, do you find you're getting more kids that were looking at going college, coming over, playing in this country versus playing
There's
in
a
Canada
lot,
and
and even
Finland
the
somewhere?
Europeans. I mean, if you just look at the NHL now, I think 33% of the kids played college. You know, USHL has 95% of the kids, you know, go Division One.
Yeah.
The ones that can't usually end up playing major junior games or academically just aren't eligible.
We talked about that last week, actually, about kids going through college route. The difference being that they're playing shorter seasons, but when they're done, you think you're getting, as a coach yourself, you're getting a 22-year-old versus a 17-year-old.
Well, the average rookie in the NHL is 23 to 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And what people and what these kids and advisors and, everyone's on the fast track.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And like in parents, you get sucked into it.
Yep.
Like, oh, my kid's that good. Yeah, I got to go for it.
We talked about this today.
Yeah. I mean, it's patience.
Yep.
Only so many guys. I mean, playing pro hockey or playing Division I hockey or even in the USHL is an honor. But the guys that actually make a living at it, and a real living at it, is very small.
Mm-hmm.
And guys playing the NHL and they don't make a good living. And that's what, I mean, they can for the time period.
Right.
But they're not, if you're not a career NHLer, you're still, I mean, yeah, you might have $500,000, $1 million bucks in the bank when you're done.
You're
$1.5
burning through
in your
that.
bank, but like, I mean, now what do you have?
Right. And
You're going to burn, and you're
That
used
could
to a
be
life.
6 years,
Yeah.
7 years of that.
Yeah. And even you're making $500,000 or $800,000 a year. I mean, you're living in New York City or LA or Chicago. I mean, it's not cheap.
Right.
Yep.
To live and you have taxes and all that stuff that come out of it. And yeah, you make a good living for 7-8 years, but when you have kids and you're married and now you're 32, 33 years old, and now what do you do?
Yeah.
I mean,
You got
that's
to
not,
keep that hockey wife. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to do something.
so
By the extended warranty, I'd recommend.
but I mean, even NHL teams are pushing a lot more kids to the college route. I mean, you can just see it. I mean, look at the teams that are deep in the playoffs. A lot of college kids.
Yeah.
They're more mature. I mean, if you don't know anything except hockey, I mean, being a professional athlete isn't just about hockey. It's maturing and mentally being there.
Yeah. We were talking about with Hackstall getting brought in Philly, being a college coach, a very well tenured college coach, produced a lot of guys who are still around right now.
Yeah.
He had Taves in there. He had, so it might be something to be said about the fact that kids going that route, being more mature, having more time to find themselves, figure out who they are, mature, so they're not just, we were talking about earlier about, if hockey ever goes to Vegas, do you let 17-year-old prospects with a pocket full of money loose there?
Yeah.
Versus, being responsible and actually learning, having something to fall back on.
And now again, hockey and baseball, I think, are the only two sports that will draft you and let you stay, right? Or football, I mean, like if you have to leave college to go to the draft.
Football and basketball, yeah.
So baseball and hockey, and they try to keep them there, right?
Yeah, well, baseball, you can get drafted, but if you don't go, I think they lose your rights after
Yes,
that year.
I think it's
and,
two-
and then
it's
you
2
get
years?
then you get redrafted.
Yeah, I thought it was
You have
2
a-
years, but
Well, I think if you draft out of high school, if you enroll in a college, you become draft eligible the following year.
okay.
And I know that the one thing that they do try to pull is the pitchers out because they don't, they're afraid they're going to wear their arm out
Yeah.
in their college career. So that was one thing I'd heard. And other than that, they tried to keep them in there or they wanted them to stay another year. And now hockey, though, I mean, you can get drafted as a freshman, right?
Yeah.
And basically,
I mean, you
stay
can-
there the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you're
you
right,
get drafted,
forever.
and you have, I think after you get drafted, you have 3 or 4 years if you're in college. I mean, there's all kinds of rules, different rules.
There are rules you can get out of the I know the NHL draft. You can put based on your age. I think you can put in for the draft again the following
Like if
year.
Calgary takes you.
That's just junior, though.
Yeah,
Junior. So if you get drafted out of major junior, then you have 3 years to sign. If not, you can go in as an overager
yes,
and get
Yes.
drafted a second time.
And it's so strict on, I mean, a team can't have no contact, though, right? With kids in college. I mean, you can draft, but you don't,
Well, I mean, no, teams can call the kids.
they can call it.
Oh yeah, I mean NHL guy. I mean, I went to UNO last year, and there was like 12 NHL guys there waiting outside the locker room talking to their players and recruiting guys for free agency and stuff like that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
if you go to any college game, I mean, there's legit 10 to 15 NHL guys there every single game.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and some scouting staffs. I mean, when I started with the Bucks here 4 years ago, I mean, we would have 4 or 5 NHL guys. The second year, we had like 12 to 15 every single night in the building.
I know I've walked
You know,
around
I mean,
seeing
it's
more
just-
NHL logos on jackets, and I saw
I mean,
fans in the stands some nights.
Teams usually had 1 or 2 American guys. Now they all have like 4 or 5 American guys. It's just changed because I mean they want more mature kids. Guys are playing longer. I mean, why would you want? I mean, you're better off playing D1 college hockey at 21, 22 than playing in the American League.
Yep.
Because once you sign that contract as a 20-year-old, you have 3 years to make it.
Yeah.
What's the track history of the
You might as
18-year-old
well sign it when
phenom?
you're 22 and you're mature and ready to go.
Right.
And there's some kids that are ready to go.
Yeah,
But
right.
That's the 2%. That's the 1% of the 2% that are like that.
The 22-year-old, though, even if he does come out and he does go right to the American Hockey League, I would feel better if he's coming out than if he came out early, right? I mean, I would feel better that he has the maturity, and I think the coaches look at that stuff too. I mean, One
Well, I mean,
kid that's always wild.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is just living life, like understanding life.
Yeah.
Yep. How
You
to
know,
be a good
what's
teammate. How to be.
the ups and downs of hockey. Like you have to figure it out on a life level, you know, and how to handle it.
We've said it. Hockey's the microcosm of life.
It's-
Things that you get rewarded for hard work. You don't always win.
Yep.
You know, but
Talent doesn't always win.
talent doesn't always win. Effort doesn't always win, but it'll win more often than talent will. So actually, changing gears a little bit, we'll go back, back in age group. What's going on with AAA now?
Well, we just had our tryouts probably 3 weeks ago. You know, teams are coming together. You know, we added 3 more teams this year. You know, we got down to 03s and 04s. So I mean, we're starting to really get the youth, you know, in our affiliate, you know, coming together. You know, and hopefully the next, you know, 2 or 3 years we'll have, you know, when they get the midgets, we'll have legit 7 to 10 kids around here on those teams. And you know, hopefully in the next several years after that, we'll have D1 college hockey players and some kids drafting USHL, and hopefully.
Because there's been no shortage of kids. When we started thinking about it and looking at numbers, the number of kids that have played here, grown up playing here, that have left. You know, Jack Costello left. He was still in high school. Still in high school when he left. You know, he's still playing now. Clemenson, same deal. You know, we've produced players. We just can't replenish the players that we're losing.
And then, you know, it is this community. Sometimes it's people gripe about that they're leaving, but they don't want to do anything to keep them here, right?
Yep.
Because, you know, someone else should be doing it. And then when you do try to do something, it's not good enough, or you know, it's just, and that's probably
I mean,
parents.
Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing is I think people, they want it, but they don't understand what it takes to build it,
And that's
they don't want to help build it. They want it. They want the Taj Mahal today.
Yeah, you don't want the
Instead of
Holiday
being
Inn
part-
today.
Instead of being part of a movement to make it work,
Right.
You know, and be behind and say, hey, in 15, my kid, you know, help build this program. You know, and instead of being, I wanted to go to a top team in the country now because they're there, and that's what I need to do. That's the problem is, like, the kids here aren't the top kids at those other programs, so they're not going to get those minutes.
Yep. And that's checkbook
the
hockey.
thing.
You know, the guy's saying, I want to go to this program because it's got this great reputation, and they've spent a lot of money to send my kid there. But really, it comes down to it. Your kid is still getting seen. You know, if you're in a AAA program versus those AAA programs, you're still going to the same tournaments. You're still getting seen by the same people. And, you know, is it easier to be seen as being an outstanding player on a weaker team, or a kind of a face in the crowd on a stronger franchise?
And that's one to ask. So what would you say is the difference if someone was going between, I might want to try out, but I just think I might keep my kid in travel? Say, what's the difference between the AAA to the travel?
Well, I mean, the difference at a lot of levels. First, you're with kids that are, you know, in families that are trying for an end goal of doing something with a hockey career. You know, where a lot of travel, it's more fun, and, you know, being around parents and stuff like that. Like this is, I mean, I don't want to call it a business because it's kids, but it's
Turning it
you're
into
putting
the
the
work
money
of
and the
hockey.
effort into trying to get a scholarship sometime. You know, in the next 4, 5, 6 years. You know, practices 4 times a week. Professional coaching, coaches that understand the game of hockey, that can put you through drills and understand, explain to the mental part of the game. You know, hey, work on little things. I mean, the game of hockey is about little things.
Right.
It's not about the old dangle and, you know, going down and going bar down and all that. Like, I mean, yeah, it's nice to have that.
I get you. Yeah.
But if you don't understand the game of hockey, you're done.
Right.
And it's hard. And the younger you get in, I mean, you learn stuff when you're younger that come, you know, permanent in your brain and your mind as you get older. And it's hard for a 15, 16, 17-year-old kid to jump into AAA when he's so far behind.
Right.
Yep.
The game's too fast. Kids are too big. You know, when it's younger, like, they don't even know what they're learning.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
And
not the
that's
speed of
most
their
is-
ability to play. It's the speed of their ability to adapt, ability to read, ability to figure out what's happening or what's about to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think too, you will find, and this is what is that the coaching that you will get from AAA and from your organization is going to be the fact that my kid will later on realize more that coach was right. You know, in the little situations, you're going to say, you know, if we hold on to the puck longer, whatever it might be, you know, this is where we need to control the game this way. My coaches were right, not having coaches who are just.
I got one last
down.
question before we go to break here, real quick. Who is your favorite coach of all time? Who's the guy that you think back, not necessarily the guy that you thought, hey, he was the coolest guy to be with, but the guy you learned the most from? Don't say John Devereaux either.
The best coach that I ever had I'd have to say it's probably Mike Hastings.
And where was he?
He was Omaha Lancers. He's now the head coach at Minnesota State Mankato. Took that program the last 2 years. They're number 1 in the country this year. Unbelievable guy, unbelievable coach. I mean, he can win, and he knows how to get the most out of you. You know, and he's. I can always remember his red face looked like it was going to pop off his shoulders. You know, but he had to give you a look, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, but he cared about you, and he knew how to teach you and each kid differently, and how to bring the team together. And I mean, he was a phenomenal coach. Another coach was Dane Jackson at North Dakota. I mean, he came in pro in a very tough situation that we were in, and did a great job.
Nice.
You know, so those would be probably the 2 biggest guys that. You know, and I'm like Kevin Deneen. He coached me too. He's in Chicago. Coach. I was only there a short period of time.
Gord's brother.
Yeah, well, and I know a lot of people. I know actually a lot of. young
Dino's a
players
great guy.
that
Lives in my hometown, and actually all the Deneens live in my hometown in New York during the summers. And you know, good coach. I was up and down. I wasn't with him for a whole year.
Cool. Well, Matty, kick us off to break, and we'll be back in a couple of ticks with some more good hockey discussion.
Yeah.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
I'm Brian Leach, owner of Service Legends, and my position is Chief Talent Officer.
I'm Nicholas Wonderscheid,
I am Bernie Hobbs,
and I'm the Service Manager.
Marketing Director and Client Relations Manager.
Everything that we do is about ensuring that we exceed your expectations.
Our clients are important to us. 100% satisfaction.
We're not just focused on heating and cooling. That's the easiest part of our job, actually, is fixing furnaces and air conditioners.
Everyone that we come in touch with, we want to improve lives.
Bottom line is, we've got our installation guarantees, 25% energy savings guarantee, comfort guarantee, temperature selection guarantee, property protection guarantee.
100% satisfaction guaranteed. Fixed rate or it's free.
All of those guarantees are backed up with a 100% money back guarantee to hold ourselves accountable to making sure that you get what you're after.
Just fixing the problem today. If they have another problem 5 days down the road, it's still fixed rate or it's free.
We use what's called straightforward pricing. Our technicians are going to give you an exact to-the-penny price on what it's going to take before they move forward with any repair. That way you know what to expect.
It's the same price every day.
No surprises.
If you get off work at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you come home, you realize that, oh, my furnace is broken. Now you need to call somebody out that night. You shouldn't have to pay more for that.
We're guaranteeing service 24/7.
We run afternoons, evenings, nights, weekends. We're staffed to work that.
Phone rings at 3 in the morning. You'll get one of our representatives answering the phone every time.
We're not sending you out to Timbuktu in some call center. It's our Service Legend team members, our mission control team.
I'll take a call anytime.
And then they answer the phones the same way during the day as they do at night.
It's a great day at your service company. How can we make you smile?
That's the only way to provide true 24-hour service.
When you're able to let somebody actually live in their home safely when they weren't able to do that before, where they don't have to stay up at night and worry about, is the heat going to come back on? Are we going to freeze the pipes? Is the baby in the room next door going to be sick because they got too cold? When you're able to help somebody overcome challenges like that, that's impacting a life. That makes a difference. I get goosebumps thinking about it.
I love the team. I love the people that I work with.
We have fun, but we work hard.
I call them my ambassadors of legendary service. If you could just envision what that is, that's who we're sending to your home.
They literally will call in, pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I want to talk to your manager. And I get on the phone, they're like, that technician that was at my house was the greatest technician ever. That's cool to me.
We want to brighten people's days.
Every person that we have going into the house has gone through an extensive background check.
Drug testing, we have a very thorough interview process that 1 out of 140 people make it through.
If we promise you something, that's what you're going to get, no matter what.
We're here when you need us to protect the safety and comfort of your family.
If you're not happy, we're going to make it right.
If we're willing to put 100% money back guarantee on what we do, what type of work do you think we do?
Give us a call. We're there for you 24/7, 365 days a year.
Enough said.
And we're back. Not used to coming back to me, so hey, I'm still here. That's cool.
It's your day. It's your man.
Hey, it's my day, man. It's my day. Hey, just wanted to go real quickly through a few things happening local ice here. Frank can touch on anything happening on wheels. We got Champions Hockey Academy coming back July 27th. That week, phenomenal coaches, phenomenal clinics.
You got Marty coming in?
Marty will be in. I heard they have an outstanding goalie coach as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Civ.
But yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, just because you can, those who can do and those who can't teach, Frank. Okay. Canadian Professional Hockey School is doing a clinic in Coralville the 22nd to the 25th, and we have one coming up in Sioux City, I believe, in July as well. Metro Ice has checking clinics going on Pee Wee age and up Mondays, and that is $99 for the whole 5 weeks, 7:30 to 8:30. Also, if you know of any goalies, we're working on them at the same time. And last week we had we had a pretty good turnout for the first week. I was what we have probably 12, 15 kids, maybe more.
Yeah.
For the goalie clinic?
No, for the checking clinic.
For the checking?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you sign, I'm asking actually for myself right now. So if I sign up, is it 5 weeks? It's a 5-week deal. Is that what you said? Every
Yes.
Monday?
5-week deal, yeah.
Okay.
$99 for all 5. Now we've done one, so I'm sure
It'll be prorated.
they'd prorate you.
I think, Anthony would like to get into that.
Yeah.
I just know we're going to be
Just
traveling
knowing-
roller, but
It's just knowing. I think the biggest thing is just knowing being aware of where you're vulnerable, where you're susceptible. Not so much how to throw a hit, when you know you're going to be probably liable to take one.
right, that's what I would think. That's more
18 inches off the boards. Going in, how many kids do we see going in facing the boards? We talked about the stop sign stuff on the back of their jerseys and the warning track thing on there, which Davey Allison had the greatest quote when they first started talking about the yellow warning track. He said, tell you what we need to do. He says, every time a kid gets checked from behind into the boards, the coach of that team should get a penalty for being stupid for not training his kids right. Second time would be a major. Third time the coach is out of there.
If these kids learn how to get hits when they're young,
Yeah.
I think they're going the wrong way with USA Hockey.
Oh, 100%.
Because you teach a kid when they're 13, 14, they're big and they're bigger and stronger. They're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
But if you teach when they're young, when they're
Not to be intimidated with a little bump, a little nudge.
and you teach them how to use their body to
Yeah.
protect themselves.
Yep.
And they're not going to get hurt when they're younger. There's no power behind it.
Yeah. But the thing is that USA Hockey's kind of done. They said, oh, well, there's no checking until Pee Wee. There's no checking until Pee Wee. But really, when you read the rules, or till Bantam, sorry. When you read the rules, nothing changes. There's no change in the wording of Bantam checking or contact, because they took the word checking out of there altogether.
Right.
A Bantam contact versus mite contact. And the fact that we've not done anything to actually start it at an early age, how to angle, even how to get in, use your body, take a puck from someone. The purpose of contact is not to go out and open ice flatten somebody. It's to separate a guy from the puck or to defend the puck.
Well, half the kids in house league have to learn how to be in hockey position to do anything for us.
Well, they have to learn how to skate first. But I mean,
I'm not. Yeah,
besides that, and that's part of what we are as I think a hockey community is. We're just growing coaches too. For the longest time, the coach was whoever's dad was there who could stand up on skates.
That's right.
Which we still have a certain element of that, but that's part of I think a culture.
And I love that. I love that dads want to be involved.
100%.
But I definitely think we need coaches and real coaching clinics. And
Yes.
I mean, I would enjoy if there was more coaching clinics. I really would. if
Yes,
we'd put more.
because honestly, I think the people that really would be benefiting from these checking clinics is actually having the coaches out there doing it. Even just watching, learning, going through a few
I thought,
bumps.
can I hit people too?
Sure. We'll put you up against Butler. Make
do
sure you
it.
get
I
rolling.
know how it feels like so you can teach it.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely.
Yep. So moving along quickly, Metro also has summer hockey camps going on, ages 14U. You can contact Max or Benny. I'm sure he'd love your calls. Max at MetroIceSports.com or I think it's IowaAAA.com as well. IowaWildAAA.com. And that is a Monday through Friday. Basically, it's a hockey camp. It's, you drop your kid off 9 o'clock in the morning. They're on the ice 2 to 3 times. They got games going. They've got things going off ice. It's nonstop. My boys have done it this week, and it's been a lot of fun. They just, it's big enough groups.
Yeah.
A lot of kids that are there from different age groups, but there's 5-6 kids from my kids' age group that they kind of end up being a bit of a clique. Then you have the mites that are all played together,
right.
So it just turns into fun. It's a neat thing.
Is there a nap time?
There's no nap time. That's 3:30 when they get off the ice. So, but I mean, still, when you look at the cost of what daycare would cost you for, drop them off at 8:30 and pick them off at 3:30. That for that cost, it's not bad at all.
And they're tired by the time they get home.
They're gassed. Gassed. Yeah, my kid's soaked by the time they get home.
I mean, are you guys getting? There's a creative soccer game stuff.
We got
too?
soccer. They played hide and go seek in the rink today.
I'm afraid what they found.
A big game. They're outside. They played soccer. We have wiffle ball bats. We have wiffle ball games.
Run the hill.
Flat. Yeah.
Run the hill.
Max did put them through a little off ice stuff.
Yep.
Then they watch movies at lunchtime.
Nice.
And a little Cartoon Network. And
There you go. So it's just, general fun.
You can only watch the Mighty Ducks so many times.
So many times. Yeah, I might try to see if I can slip Slapshot in there once in a while. But,
You got in the penalty box number?
just been announced last week, Laura Stamm Power Skating Clinic is going to be back at Metro in late August, the 29th and 30th. Cost is going to stay the same as last year, $210. We're going to have registration details coming out soon through DMYHA.com.
Wait. Before you go on with
Yes,
that,
sir.
Another thing. When people are always, they want their kid to go bar down, and they want to, in the skating, when they do these skating clinics, you got 10 kids and you're like, these things should be packed. 'Cause
Yeah.
If you skate better, you shoot better. If you
Yep.
skate better, you pass better.
Skating's everything. And from my experience, my biggest thing was my skating. When I was a kid, my dad always tried to give me a figure skating coach, all this stuff, and I was like, no way.
Yeah, right,
I'm not doing it.
right.
I went to power skating. I hated it, so I
Yep.
always, getting arguments with my dad. I'm not going. Now, looking back, I'm mad at myself for not doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because skating is the most important thing in the game. And that
You're not
means-
going bar down if you're not getting to that puck.
No, and protecting yourself with checking.
Yeah.
Protecting your body. It's balance on your skates. Using your edges, the extra step that you need.
Protecting the
tip-
puck.
yeah,
I mean,
I
it's
mean-
such a huge, no one's doing that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Some
No,
of the
you're
clinics or some of the coaches I know aren't coaching protecting the puck with the leg or the arm off, and it's like just dangle around everybody. And
Or
It's
the
all
coaches
one-on-one
don't know,
hockey, and one hockey doesn't work.
or the coaches don't know how to communicate it to the kids. They're saying protect the puck. And the kids, well, what do you want to do? Put it in my pocket?
Yeah,
what do you
right,
want?
right, right. Yeah, yeah.
Put your butt in front of the guy, so
make the drill have to go around you.
Right.
Make them go around you, and you try to thing and let them put their leg out and
Yep.
stop, get your stick off.
But actually, with Stamm last year, we had 2 full sessions. Place was blocked. We had, I think, something like 20.
for the skating session.
Yes.
Oh, good. Absolutely.
We had kids going for 2 hours at a time, not one puck on the ice, and not once did we stop. We stopped long enough for a water break,
Good.
and everyone enjoyed it. It was very well received. That's why we were in a hurry to bring it back
Don't
this
make
year.
me run this place. I mean, we will.
And the last thing I got, we got 3-on-3 Ironman coming up over at Metro, July 11th and 12th. It's an interesting format. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Anyone can win it. Goalies can win it. It's all individually scored. So it's based on team play. So you're looking at character versus guys just going out to sandbag and go bar
You
down.
get two points for an assist.
It's all broken down. It's all broken down. Goalies can get it based on their save percentage.
Right.
They can get it for saves. You can get points for winning periods. So it's
And you have to face everybody.
you have to face everybody.
One man stands at the end.
Yep. 4 games or minimum, I believe is the way it works out. Buffalo Wild Wings Monday nights the rest of
penalty
this
minutes.
month.
What are you getting for penalty minutes?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
We have to talk to Max about that. I'm sure he's got something in there for that.
I might be able to get in this then.
You might be able to get in there. Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance. Buffalo Wild Wings Monday nights. Des Moines Youth gets 10% of your bill back as a donation back to us. So the rest of the month, make sure you get out Monday nights. Watch a bit of the hockey that's on TV for what's left of it. That's
right.
The remainder of the 3 games after tonight's, potentially.
I'm saying Chicago's pulling it out.
About time they're going to pay you
About
back.
time I'm going to jump on this bandwagon now because I
Yeah,
picked them to
exactly.
lose every other series since this.
Welcome to the party, Frank. So there's a lot of stuff going on in Metro this summer. I know that I've been over there a lot the last couple of months, the last couple of years or so, but things are moving along. I know, Benny, you guys have been doing a great job. Just you did not get the prettiest girl to the prom, but you've stuck with her, and she's looking pretty good. Ice is busy. A lot of things going on. A lot of camps, a lot of clinics, a lot of options to give kids out on the ice.
And I loved when you guys got in there and the first I was waiting to hear someone complain right away, and as soon as I said, "Let's give people a chance here," give them a chance. They're not, I mean, you can only put lipstick on a pig for so long, and you guys got the pig with the 4 shades of lipstick, and now you just have to go down and get it off.
Yes,
and
we did.
So I do applaud you for what you guys are pulling off over there. You're saving hockey here.
Yes,
really.
if that place, Des Moines hockey lives and dies as that place does
Yes, it
right
does.
now. Pure and simple. Pure and simple. Just
We
that
don't want everyone
amount.
playing roller.
Hey, well, like we said it before, this is not about ice hockey. This is not about roller hockey. This is about the sport.
Yep.
We have a lot of kids that go both ways. So, you know, the transition summertime. My boys over there playing this summer,
Yep.
and it's enough difference between the two and playing with different kids. A little bit of different strategy and whatnot, but it's about getting more people appreciating this game.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just kids having fun.
Right.
Game of hockey is about having fun.
Yep.
They're kids. I mean, you can go as far up as, if you play in the NHL, great. If you don't, at least you have fun.
Yep.
And you can play at whatever level. And
Because you're going to play it for years. I mean, do you know of any pickup football leagues around that right now? I mean, I'm still every Sunday night the same bunch of schmucks I've been looking at for the last 10 years since I've moved here. And I look forward to going out and playing hockey.
Yep.
I'm 47 years old, and I still can't wait to go out to the rink every night.
And it is that the idea of the kids. We just had our kids that are 8Us that went undefeated in most of our tournaments. Then we go to St. Louis, and this is Roller, the Explosion team. They go there and we get it handed to us, right? And you could just tell that, and I love all our parents, and they all listen to the show, but you could tell some of their NHL dreams got pretty dashed straight away when they, for 3 tournaments, were dominating, but we were playing regional stuff, And we go there and we're playing the St. Louis Blast, and it was a funny and humbling thing. You know what? I think it also let the parents know, wow, our kids do need to still learn. They still need to be at practice. We can't take this practice off tonight.
They need to know that. That's part of their maturity. That's part of growing up in hockey.
And the biggest thing too is, I mean, you can be the a big fish in the small pond, but once you get out, that big pond, there's a lot out there.
There's
a lot of sharks.
Until you get out of your comfort zone and you're out there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how you become elite.
Yep.
When you get out there and you go against the guys and you want it, you don't give up.
Right.
How good do you know till you've played with better? Pure and simple. I believe we have to go to a quick break here, and we'll be back for the last segment here. We got, per usual, a lot of stuff to talk about, and we'll never get to it all. So let's go ahead and pay the bills, and we'll be right back with the other state of hockey.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can give these grandkids back, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We can help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hey, psst. Let me let you in on a little secret. You ready? Always try to do business with people, not places. Especially if you seek honest Christian business people. And when it comes to my car, I really need to trust who's working on it. Now, my family is so blessed. A few years ago, we found a family-owned automobile repair shop that operates as a Christian business also. Open, honest, reliable, trustworthy. It's AMCO on Hickman Road in front of Kmart. And it's a family-owned Christian operating business. This family treats your car as if it was their car. Everything from oil changes to transmission repair and everything in between. So the next time you feel the need to be at peace with your choice of who you can trust with your car, give AMCO on Hickman a chance to serve you. And tell them Max sent you.
All right, welcome back. This is the overtime part of hockey. So a lot of rants. This is the one you don't hold the opinions to the whole show, just the individual.
Yep.
Or blame it on Maddie because
she left your mic on.
Oh, jeez. Maddie, please. What you were saying, yes. Horrible, Maddie. So we want to talk about coach success, though.
Yes, and actually having Ryan here kind of helps with this discussion a little bit. We're talking about different things that make, with all these coaching changes going on right now. We had Jeff Blashill just named as the Red Wings coach. When you listen to him on the radio, he sounds exactly like Mike Babcock.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Something to note, he's only the second goalie in the NHL to be a coach.
So Patrick Waugh.
Uh-huh. I mean, current coaches at least.
Yeah.
And as far as my memory serves, probably one of the few that has ever been behind the bench. But it'll be interesting to see how he does. He's had a lot of those kids in Grand Rapids. 32 of Grand Rapids players in the last 2 years have played in the NHL.
Yeah,
so
they've always,
they find ways of finding pearls in the rough there. But
all their goaltenders, I'm sorry, but all their goaltenders, I think they've all gone through their system.
Oh,
right?
100%. Mrazek grew up there. Osgood grew up there, but
they don't do a lot of trades in Detroit.
No,
they don't.
They grow them right.
Yeah,
they grow them right. Find what they're looking for and grow it right.
When they traded for Drew Miller,
yep.
I was and they knew what they were getting.
But they don't do the big blockbusters. Yeah. They don't do the big blockbusters. But anyways, talking about coaching, I think part of the thing when Gretzky was with Phoenix, naturals have a hard time coaching. A lot of guys figure, oh, I retire, I can go coach somewhere.
Nope.
It's not that simple, And the fact that I think part of it is because when you have guys that are naturals who understand it and just get it at such a higher level and able to process at such a higher level, they get frustrated early because of the fact nobody else can pick it up that way, and they can't teach it.
Right.
And,
Well, they can't communicate it.
Right.
And that's the problem. They can do it themselves, but they can't communicate it. If
Yeah.
you can't communicate, it's hard to have 20 guys going the same direction.
And with all this, guys that are scrappers and that are now like, Berube was, but I think those were guys that had to work every day of practice, that had to, work.
Look who make the great assistant coaches. It's always those gritty third line career two-way guys, or like Kirk Muller.
Yeah.
Good coach right now. He's probably not in the best situation right now. He's with St. Louis actually right now, which is a better situation than Carolina. But
and they have empathy for the other guys too. I think.
They
have
know-
empathy for
right.
the guys.
Well, they get it.
They get it.
Yeah, because you can't be a one-dimensional player anymore. So you look at the types of coaches that are around right now. You have relationship, a guy who's a good players guy. Ted Nolan's the guy that always comes to my mind.
Yeah.
Fantastic guy. I've never heard anybody ever say a bad word about this guy. Players love him, but he's never gotten an ounce of respect, I think, from an owner. He had a rough go around again with Buffalo. I don't know what exactly the ownership of Buffalo expected out of him, but considering what he had in the tank there, he probably squeezed as much out of it as he could.
I don't think they wanted them to squeeze anything out of that tank.
No, they wanted
No.
the number one, but they have a solid number two right now. But then you look at guys like the button pusher. The guys are just looking for ways to get in there. Like we talk about motivating guys, it's more motivating. It's actually reaching them. But you look at a guy like Keenan.
Yeah, Keenan.
A guy who just looked for ways to go in and turn the wrenches and turn the screws on guys to get them to go harder, but didn't know when to stop. Keenan's tenure was about 18 months.
Yeah, but he turned you around.
Yeah,
I mean, he
turn you around. Then Tortorella was the same way.
Yep.
Hothead guy comes in, gets guys fired up, and can't wait to get him back on the ice. And before you know it, he's messing with something else. But
Tortorella also would question guys' injuries.
Yeah.
And sometimes maybe he's right. I'm sure he's been around the game a lot. But I know that there's some guys that were.
Yeah. But it's not everything like a gold medal game in Miracle. It's not, calling a guy out in front of the locker.
We're bringing in a new guy.
Exactly.
So the whole team's got to stand up for the other guy. Come on.
Then you got the dictator types. We had one here. I'll even mention I was just his personality type. Coach Kurt was Klein Dorst was like that. Had a bit of it, I should say. Herb Brooks was not exactly a nice guy. Victor Tikhonov, militant. Everything had to be the way it was.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of, how do you fire up the team? Patrick Waugh, great. He went out in his first game and he beat the glass down between the two benches. Couldn't wait to get at the other coach. That fires the guys up. But at what point does that not do it anymore?
Yep. Yeah, get old, right.
It's old.
There's enough drama going on the ice. Let me sit on the bench for a second. I don't need it behind me on the.
But we talked about this, for kids, kids growing up. If you're the coach, and we do have a fair number of coaches who listen to this, and two of us being here in this role, of course. How does this all fit into the way you do it? Coaching is more than just, like I said, being the guy who shows up Saturday morning thinking you know it all.
Yeah, because you watched NHL,
right? Because you might have played a couple of games as a peewee or in high school or whatever 25 years ago. It's more than being able to reach kids, have them learn, but understand. It's more about teaching them why. It's teaching them why you do it, or teach them how to do it. It's more why you do it. Getting them to respond, being able to get them to respond in a situation the way that you expect them to do it.
Yep. And and the way I've always coached, and again, I've only had the pleasure of being in locker rooms in the AHL where I was there when the coaches had enough at the end of the game, and I heard their speeches, and I've seen captains step up, Toby Peterson step up in a locker room and say stuff and admire that and listen and take notes and always, mental notes. But the thing that I learned with the kids, separating that from those pro hockey players, is if I will break you down on something, I have to build you back up in that same conversation. It can't be later, I'll get back to you. It's you missed that pass again, we depended on you, but earlier when you shut down 22 like I asked you to do, amazing, great job. That has to be done every time I talk to them. So
patting them on the back and kicking them in the butt at the same time.
I think the biggest thing with, especially the kids these days, even the young kids that are turning pro. I mean, they're in the same kind of generation. You have to explain to them why when they mess up or you're trying to teach them, yeah, you can yell at them, but you have to explain to them exactly right after why they have to do it a certain way or what the reason is behind it.
Yeah, not just because you say so.
Yeah,
right.
It's not like, oh, just go do this. This is why you got to do this. And then hey, do you understand it? And let them understand it in their own way so they can actually talk it back to you. So then you got to see if they're actually willing to go fix it.
Yeah.
And that's the, and even the young kids is the same thing. Like no one wants to get yelled at anymore. No one probably really ever did, but mentality now is, you hate me, you don't like me because you yelled at me. It's like, no, I'm telling you this, I'm explaining the reason behind it. So how you get the puck off the boards, or why you have to chip the puck in a situation, or why you can't throw the puck up the middle of the ice, or
I'm coaching the way I was coached, right? Or
a lot of it's that too. It's a matter of different era.
When I came up, I had coaches get in my face and just spit all over my face, and, and you're just seeing like shaking. You're like, okay, you're
afraid to do anything.
After the first 2 words, I didn't know what he said anyway.
Right. Yeah.
You're too worried about if all the other players are looking. Yeah, am I being embarrassed right now? And
everything's image. Yeah. And with social media and everything's on image, and you don't want what people think about.
That's right.
Yeah, and I know this year, I coached with Frank with the select team. First time really working at that with this kind of level of age group where they still want to play it, they still want to go hard, they still love having fun, but they get it. They're starting to really work on it. And I think last year I learned more than I taught last year. Absolutely.
From me.
Well, okay. but I think the thing was, I learned a lot from the kids as far as the way they responded. Yes. But no, absolutely, I did. I truly enjoyed working the bench with you. We're never the guys who yell. I don't think.
Yeah.
We can be heard.
Yeah.
But we're not. And I've been at rinks where I hear the yellers, where all you're doing is screaming, "Break it out, whatever." Right. But it's a matter of being heard, so everyone knows what to expect, knows what's up next. How to conduct yourself in the room, how to deal with an adverse situation, how to take your first time your team got rolled over, how do you build them back up? I think we did a phenomenal job.
We did.
Jason Wolf, you're out there listening probably too. We're giving you full props for that. Well, at least partial props for it. But anyways, I think this year was probably a bigger developmental level than my kids.
Well, it helped me notice how to handle that age and the adversity, from being champs one weekend at a tournament to being whooped in that, and then seeing that team come back. And the last thing this is something I've really been working on a lot, and it's explaining. You were just saying, explain why you have to do this. So we have this kind of dramatic breakout we've been working on. It's not that dramatic, but it has to happen the right way. And we kept saying, as we were showing them all these different ways to do this one breakout, and this is in roller, and I do it in ice too, the same type of breakout. I kept saying, we might not even do this whole breakout ever in one game, but there's pieces of it that we're going to have, and that's why I need you to do it right here. We will probably at one time have this part happen in the neutral zone. Trust me, and we're going to go right back to this play. So it didn't start away from the behind the net, but part of the breakout is going to work. And so if we have that together, that piece of the puzzle, that's. Yeah.
I think a lot of it is trying to get your guys, from your first to your fourth, or your first D to your sixth or seventh D, whatever it is, understanding why it's important for them to do their jobs.
Yeah.
And how it comes all together. So it's not like, it's not an I team. It's now I'm confident. Now I know I have to concentrate to get this thing done instead of just throwing the puck somewhere.
Yeah.
Or not taking the body. Like I have to do it for my teammates.
Yep.
And you can build that culture in your lineup, explain to people in front of other, guys in the team, hey, you need to be here to help this guy out because if you're not to the boards, now you're leaving this guy out to dry.
Yeah.
Right.
Now he makes a bad pass because he has no other option because you're not there. And it's like, and you get that cohesion after a while.
I think the thing for coaches, giving each player the right opportunity to succeed in the right situation. I think about that tournament we had in Omaha. I know we're wrapping up here pretty soon. We were playing Omaha here for the Christmas tournament.
Yeah.
We had a 5-on-3 with a 1-goal lead, and we had 3 of our smallest guys on the ice. And we had an underage kid, and we had 2 underage kids and one of our smallest centers, and they shut them down. And that was probably the biggest feather in their cap.
Yeah.
You could see that they got it. The fact that, okay, I didn't score the big goal, but I did my job.
Yep.
And that's the kind of stuff that you got to, as a coach, you got to get into a kid's head, give them the chance to succeed.
It's living by character, not reputation.
Absolutely.
My reputation can be whatever I think it is in my head. My character is what I know.
What's Davey's quote up in the room?
The one I gave him?
Yep.
That was what was that? Come on, I gave him the quote too. Jeez, I come up with so many quotes.
Yeah.
No, it's what is it? Come on, tell me. You know what it is.
All right, we may have to lead off next week. But I thought it'd be a great way to wrap up, Frank. Thanks for the dramatic exit.
Think about it. It has to come back to me. It's in my book. I know.
But it's about defining character.
Yeah. So, wait a minute. I got it. So it's live by character, not reputation. But it is. We'll come back with it. I dropped the ball.
Sorry, I didn't prep you for this. You didn't do your homework. All right. Special thanks to Ryan Bennett for dropping by. Special thanks to Maddie. Happy birthday last time today on the show. And thanks, Frank, for being here on time.
Yes, you got it.
Next week, same bat channel, same bat time. Game 4 in about 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah. So
see you next week.
watch it.
Thanks, guys.